What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Glad to be here with you guys. And this time on BviPilots, we're going to be, I'm going to be talking about the airline that I joined and how to use their ACARS app. In the beginning, I thought, man, it's probably, I'm like, man, it's not working that good. It's not going to work, blah, blah, blah. But it does work. It works really good. You just got to know how to navigate with it, and it's really simple. Like, really simple. Right now, I've already got it started. Only because I went to record and it messed up, so in the beginning it didn't get it. So I was like, well, I'll start over even though I'm already in the flight. So basically, what you got when you open this app, and this is through, I don't want to give you the wrong name. I wanted to show you this anyways. No, I don't want flyaway simulation. Here we go. Allegiant Virtual. Okay? That's the name of the airline. They're a really good airline. You actually, when you do your flights, it actually shows you how much money you made on that flight. And then I believe they're working on doing things where you can actually use that to put toward like airline stuff. I spoke with Mike a little earlier through an email, which is Mike is the CEO, and he was talking to me about the app, and he had watched one of the videos that we got. And Mike, I appreciate it. It's awesome to see that kind of support coming from those in the Saudi community as well. But anyways, he was talking to me about the app and kind of what it does. And obviously, you guys know it records your flight and then you submit it. That's what it does. Just gotta check something real quick, you guys. There. Airspeed is 290. Vertical is 1600. We're going up to 320 for our cruising altitude today, and we're flying from Florida to Indianapolis. So, let's see. Got about an hour and 47 minutes left so far. I think that time will go down a little. But anyway, so what you do is you'll go to you'll log into the site. Okay. And after you log in to your Allegiant account, you will go to the schedule, not create, because the flight's already there. You just pick one. There'll be a button after you view it. You click on the flight number, view it, accept it, and then once you do that, you go to send brief. Unless you're using Toolkit, I guess you can download it through there. You've got to create the flight plan though. It's not one of those where it's already waiting on you up there. You've got to go up there and put in, the information. So once you schedule it, accept that flight, you'll go and create the flight plan, download it, and then on that flight plan, you're going to copy the route, which actually you can find that at the bottom, near the bottom of the flight plan before you generate the OFP. Copy that route, put it on Notepad, and then after you generate it, you go down past the agreement that that you agreed to the information about, looking over everything, blah, blah, blah. Down below that, you'll see where your route is. And you'll copy that for your setting stars and put that on Notepad. And then the only thing you're going to copy into the program, though, is the route. The route and the altitude, and then you just click on, start, and there you go. It will give you a reminder about fuel, ask you if you need to fill up, and if you're good, just hit, whatever you decide. But that's where we're at now. I put in the information, I put in the route, altitude, I've started it, and now when we land, I'll show you how easy it is to submit it. However, do not try to submit it and close your prepare. Don't close prepare. Okay? Because that might cause problems. And I think that might have been a problem that somebody had last night. Let's check our altitude. I think we're at we're at 25,000. So anyway, it's real easy to navigate. I did talk to Mike about making some changes, and I can see, the problem with that, they would have to completely rewrite everything, and that's not necessary. Not when we can use the app. It's definitely usable. I've learned it. You can learn it. There's a couple buttons at the top. They don't do anything that you need to do anything with. One exits the program, and I forget what the other one does. But the cool thing about this airline too, guys, is you can actually submit a manual flight plan. So if you did a flight, you can manually submit that. But don't abuse that system. Don't, be like, oh, I'm going to submit one when I really didn't do a flight. Because they'll check it. They'll verify. If they can't verify it, well, you'll probably get in trouble and get kicked off. Or maybe docked, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you'll go down a position. It's hard to say. I can't say. I'm not going to speak for them, but let's take a look here. An hour and 29 minutes. So we're looking good. We're at 28,000. We got to go to 32. The weirdest thing about this jet, when I first did it earlier, it didn't want to take off. And we're flying the MD-80. When I put on toga, it would slow down. I ended up taking off by not turning on toga. Yeah, I have no idea how that was even possible, but it is. It would not do it the other way. Could just been a little bug or something, but we're doing good now. So, in about an hour and 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we will submit this. I did 2 flights with them last night, which I got really good results on landing. I don't know how this one's going to be because you got to do all the stuff. It's not like the Airbus, so. But we'll see what happens here. Get up here. There we go. Check our speed. 31,000. Well, 43 per minute. We're almost to our cruising altitude. I thought it was 32,000. Let me look. Alright guys, I had to do a call there. But yeah, we're gonna see how this flight ends up. Matter of fact, we'll see if we can get someone up on the server and chat. Tell Brandon I'm doing a video right now, but I will meet you on the server if you are up there. We'll go talk to one of the other Send. Alright. Let's go and see if we can. Well, I don't know if they'll. Well, it should.
Hey.
Alright, here we go. What's up, Brandon?
Not much.
So I'm doing a video on basically going over the ACARS program for the new airline that we joined.
Alright.
We talked a little bit about that. I also talked to the CEO, and they're not going to be changing the app around, that's for sure, because they'd have to completely rewrite it. So
No, and I wouldn't want them to rewrite it on our behalf.
You just have to get used to what the tabs do, and that's it. I mean, it's pretty easy to navigate. You tab.
That's fine. You know, I actually got a flight submitted successfully last night. I didn't get to tell you that, but
Well, no, I seen it. Because it shows people that submit flights and who's got the best, like, you know, the top results, yada yada yada.
yeah.
I did 2 different flights last night. I'm doing another one today.
I'm actually gonna do one today myself.
I'm doing a short one so I can show these guys right now how to use the app. And like I said, it does have it, you know, it has its moments, but people just had to learn how to navigate with it. And once they do, I think they'll be fine. But
So in your honest opinion, out of all the airlines you've flown, American, this one, Delta, which are the top 2?
This one's going to be number 1, which I was looking to see what is their full name? What is it? What do they go by?
They go by Allegiance Airlines. It's the call sign would be.
So Allegiance, is number 1 to me. I really like it because one, I don't know if you've noticed, it also shows you how much money you've made.
Yes, I did notice that when I submitted mine last night.
I'm at over $1,000 right now, like $1,100.
Wow.
And I think you can do stuff with that money, and if not, they're working on things that we'll be able to do.
Oh, good. I was just about to ask about that.
But I'm going with Allegiance for number 1, and I would probably say, just because of the way you can navigate it, I would say that AA Virtual would come in second.
Yeah, that was my top 2 as well. You know, because I got to thinking about that of all the airlines I've flown, and I've flown quite a few more, but
yeah, there's some.
I've come to the same conclusion.
you know, like the Canadian airline, I don't really care for them too much.
Yeah. I just don't like airlines where you gotta
force
click.
you to do VAT sim, and I don't think it should be a matter of being forced to have to fly on VAT sim. If you don't want to fly on VAT sim, you shouldn't have to fly on VAT sim.
I agree.
Number two, their app isn't that accessible. It is, but you gotta.
No.
It is, but you gotta, do other stuff. So
I don't like the layout of their app, to be quite honest with you.
all right. So let's see where we're at here, guys. We are an hour and 9 minutes out, so, and we're in, let's see, we're going Mach 0.80. Hey, let me ask you, you flew the MD-80 last night, correct?
I did.
You had an altitude problem, obviously, but I think I'm just a weird
Well,
bug.
actually, no, it wasn't a weird bug. I found out what the problem was. It was operator error on my part.
Well, when I went to take off today, it did not want to take off in Toga. I turned off Toga, and it took off with no problem. So, I'm not sure why or what the reason is. I think it might have been just maybe a quirky little bug or something.
It took off just fine for me.
Yeah, I think it might have been a bug or something. I don't know. Because I'm going down the runway. I'm at 110. Well, I'm at about 90 knots when I kick in. No, I take it back. I kicked in Toga about 50 knots.
Yep.
I activated my autopilot at 80, activated M1 at 90. It got to 120 and then started going back down in speed. So I went back to the runway. Yeah, I don't know why I did it, but I went back to the runway. I did it a second time, did the same thing. Back to the runway the third time. Took off. Turned off Toga, full throttle, adjusted trim, and I took off.
I'm gonna have to try that and see if I have.
So I don't know if it was a weird bug or something, probably. I don't have any other logical answer for it.
My problem was tramp wasn't in M1, and that's why it wasn't holding altitude.
And then as I'm sitting here, and I'm trying to do this video, I hear this loud crashing noise outside.
Oh boy.
Like real loud. Like loud that it shook the house. It was because the top half of a tree beside my house fell out. Like fell apart.
It literally fell off of the tree and onto the ground?
Literally fell off the tree onto the ground, tore off part of the brick chimney.
Oh, God.
But we don't use that chimney anyway, so I'm not too much hurt about that. But yeah, so I'm going to let that wood lay there. I mean, it didn't do luckily it didn't do any damage to my house.
Thank goodness.
Roof-wise or anything like that. I'm gonna let it dry out. Cut that wood up. I'll have more firewood for camping. But yeah, it was loud. I was like, oh man.
Man. You know, I gotta say, the really cool thing about Elysian I love so much is the fact that you don't seem to get, you get repetitive flights, but like they're not as numerous as AA Virtual seems to be.
No, and I mean, you can also look up specific flights too. You can say, okay, what flights did Allegiant do out of Indianapolis? And then pull up any flights from Indianapolis. Or what flights did they do where they were going to Indianapolis? You know.
Yeah. Let's see. Fort Lauderdale to Denver. Oh, I gotta complete it before tomorrow. Alright.
What is it?
I'm looking at a flight I'm thinking about doing from Fort Lauderdale to Denver, and I gotta complete it by tomorrow.
And the cool thing is, if for some reason something comes up, you can't do it, it just goes back into the cycle.
Yeah, they don't just,
You don't get penalized for it. And
No.
if you find a flight that's not on the schedule, you can put it in manually. There's a spot on there. You had to go under the one link, and then you go to manual entry, and you can manually enter the flight.
You know, I gotta say though,
that you're going to do.
I have been trying to find some long haul flights on here, and I have not found one as of yet. Anywhere.
Well, this company really didn't do super long haul flights. I mean, you gotta look at the kind of jets they got. They
That's
mainly
true.
flew the 320, the 319,
The 319 and the MD-80
and the 747.
and the 757.
Or 757. And none of them are long haul airplanes.
No.
So, you know, if you're looking for the long haul flights, then, you know, it's probably. But did you actually look up a long haul? Did you like actually put in different flights to see, or did you just go by what's on the schedule?
I actually put in different airports to see if there were anything on the schedule. Like I put London, Heathrow, none there. I've noticed most of the flights are here within the States versus out of country.
But yeah, I like it. I mean, I don't mind doing long haul flights, but you can get some decently long flights just flying in the United States, technically.
You really can, because I just booked one. It's about a 4-hour flight from Fort Lauderdale to Denver with an A320, and I'm actually going to do it.
Alright, I'm gonna see here. So out of all of them that you've flown, Is this your favorite one?
Yeah, I actually like this one the best because, one, you get a little bit more room with your landings. You don't have to exactly be dead center or dead on your landing. Two.
Yeah, because they give you minus 800 up to minus 800.
Yeah.
So.
I like that.
And then what would you say?
I don't
Number
want to be.
2 is what?
Two. I like the fact that they're very accommodating and they are aware of our visual impairments. I was going to put that out there. I forgot to.
That says a lot, man. It really does. For someone to recognize the visually impaired, and also not only that, but to go, Mike is CEO of the company. He went and watched our BVI channel up here, and
oh, did he really?
he was impressed. He said that's really impressive. So to know that you're flying with a airline that says, okay, we've got some pilots that have some challenges, but they're still up there in the air flying and
overcoming them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, to me, that it just means a lot more than just working for any Tom, Dick, or Harry, right?
Yeah.
That don't care either way.
That's impressive.
And you email them,
Oh.
and they email you back.
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't just say, well, that's
Yeah.
that dumbass Brandon over there. I'll email him next week,
Or I won't email him at all, or I'll email him when I feel like it,
Off topic a little bit, the tree that fell, there is damage on my house. Crystal just went out there and there's a big hole in the roof.
Oh.
From where it ripped off the chimney. Obviously there's going to be a hole there, but so now I got to get a hold of this guy and get something done. So once I get landed, I'll get a hold of him and get him here before it does rain, because that's the last thing I need right now is rain.
Man, you guys just can't catch a break.
If it's not one thing, it's another, but it's just the way it is, I guess. Worst case, I can put a tarp over it temporarily to keep the water out. But
you could.
That's not the,
I'm assuming it's going to rain today there.
It was, I'll tell you what, I took off from Florida earlier, and it's definitely raining in Florida.
Wow.
I had rain when I was taking off, and I looked on the live map, and Miami's getting a lot of rain.
Oh boy.
Or at least
that means I might get rain out of Fort Lauderdale.
Hold on, where's Fort Lauderdale?
That's in Florida.
Yeah, but that's not in Miami, is it? Isn't it further north?
Alexa, how far is Fort Lauderdale, Florida from Miami? Oh yeah, it's near Miami. It's almost 30 miles away.
Is it raining at Fort Lauderdale? There you go. You got rain, brother.
I was afraid of that.
That's all right.
That's all right. That's incredible. The CEO of the Allegiance airline watches some of our videos up there. That is so awesome.
Yeah, so shout out to Mike.
I'm impressed.
Of Allegiance.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got a vision for something bigger than a lot of the other airlines have, and you can see it. You can see it in the way that the airline, as far as the way they do things, the way the website's put together, the way the schedule's put together, the staff. I mean, there's a lot of different things that show me that, that they've got a bigger vision than what most other companies have. So,
And I got to be honest, I was telling somebody else about this yesterday when I first came up here, and the one comment I get from him is, because I told him he had to put in the route for the flight, and the comment I get at first is, why? That is so dumb. And I'm just like, it's not dumb, because it's kind of like pre-filing a flight plan with,
you gotta have the route. They gotta know what the route is that you flew.
Exactly.
Or otherwise, as far as they know, you could have flew for 5 minutes and said you did
By
a
the
long
way,
flight,
And I gotta say, when you are flying, I've had some of the staff email me. They've told me they've checked in and watched some of my flight before on the map as I was doing it.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I enjoy. I really like this airline. I really do.
I do too.
And I just did a random search and was looking at different ones and came across this one. I'm like, that name kind of stuck out to me, is what grabbed my attention, was that Allegiant. I thought, I want to check them out.
I got to be honest. When you first told me about it, I'm like, I honestly thought, oh God, another cut and dry airline. What are we going to do? Because that's honestly how I feel with most of these airlines. Like, most of them are the same, cut and dry. Staff aren't really that accommodating, and it's like,
There's something weird going on here. When I hit right bracket I, I'm getting no heading wind, no. It just says wind 00 at 0 knots.
You may be in a calm area then.
But it was doing that last night too. It says it's minus 51 degrees Fahrenheit.
Is your active sky updating?
It should be. So let me. I'm just going to make a call. Even though we're doing a video here too. I don't care. So tell them about your flight while I'm doing this.
So my flight last night went really well. I had a little bit of an issue at first when I took off. Like I said, that was operation error on my part. I was doing an Airbus A320, or 319, excuse me. And the speeds kept going weird. Wouldn't speed up like it's supposed to. And I'm like, I wonder what's going on here. So I went and looked in my Tramp, which is the software we use to fly, and lo and behold, it was not set in mode 2, it was set in mode 1, it was set in mode 2, not mode 1 like it was supposed to be. So I had to go put it back into M1, and then the flight went really well after that. Landing was great. No weather to speak of, thank goodness. And it was a good flight. I enjoyed doing these flights. And I'm just about to start up another flight myself, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I like the flights. Because you can get,
Me too.
Get a few done in one day.
Yeah, I mean, I love long hauls, but sometimes I don't like sitting here for hours and hours and hours and hours. Alright, so we're going to go to 34,000 for this one. By the way, I got to give a big shout out to the Ideal Flight developer. He is super awesome. And we're just waiting for our flight to load.
Alright guys, I'm back. I had to make a call due to a tree falling, and you know, it is what it is. I don't let anything drag me backwards. When something happens, you just deal with it and move on.
You
It's
got
just
to
the way
do
it
it,
is.
get it done, and face it head on.
Yep, that's just the way it is. The same tree that fell, I had just got a quote on it to get it cut down because it's it's rotted and all that stuff. And it was the top half of the tree that came down. And
Well,
actually, quite bigger than what I thought, because half of it's up in my yard and part of it's in the road. So,
oh, jeez.
I've got to get a hold of the guy and have him get out here with a chainsaw, because I don't have a chainsaw, or I'd be out there getting it done. But
Well, at least it saved you a little bit of money on cutting some of it down.
yeah, I mean, it's down, but it's still, tree's still up there, but
Yeah.
I'm just glad that nobody was outside when it fell.
I know.
And right where
Or
it fell is
passing
usually
by.
where the area where it fell is usually where they take the dogs out at. So
Oh my gosh. Wonder what caused it to fall. You having any high winds or anything?
no, it was rotted.
Ah.
So had to do it
Yeah.
every time.
Every single time.
But let's see here, guys. Let's see what we got left of the flight. 47 minutes, and we'll be. I did manage to get a start. I managed to get a transition. There was no SID, but the SID don't really concern me much.
The SIDs are not what concern me. It's when I don't get stars and transitions and no runway.
Yeah, because the SID is mainly just for your takeoff restrictions. Is pretty much all that is.
Right.
And your star is what is important, because you come down in a pattern, and
Yep.
you're not just quickly coming down to land. You're actually following a pattern, and even when it comes in, you do your star and then you go into your transition for your approach and all that. All of it is, it's there's a pattern set out for you. So
Exactly.
like I said, I don't know what the landing's going to be with this MD-80. It's the first time I've flown it.
Yeah, I haven't landed that one myself yet. I need to do a flight with it and land it. But
I'm definitely going to have to, it's not going to be like the Airbus where it'll flare on its own. I'll have to do the flaring.
Exactly.
I'll have to, obviously I'm not going to disengage M2. I'll leave it on, because it's going to turn off on its own at 200 feet. It'll turn that off, it'll turn autopilot. I mean, all that stuff will go off.
exactly.
So I'll just activate my vertical down. Activate that when I get to 500.
Don't uncheck the flight plan box.
No, I don't uncheck that. You can once you touch the ground. Some people wait and let it turn off on its own, but I turn it off when the wheels hit the ground. When the wheels hit the ground, it comes off. That way I don't got to worry about it wanting to try to take back off, or none of that touch and go stuff.
Yep.
But we'll see what happens. This is a lighter jet, so
of all the aircraft I've flown, that thing is the most quietest aircraft I've flown out of any of them.
yeah,
Like those engines are just amazingly quiet.
you can hear when you're landed and you're just idling, you can hear the motor kind of roaring on the outside.
Yeah.
Sounds a little different than your other jets, but it is quiet though. I will say that it is pretty quiet.
I can barely hear it when it's even up in the air. It's amazingly quiet. I'm just like, wow.
There's one thing I noticed with the sound that I don't like is you can hear it kind of panning back and forth, left and right, like kind of like a wind or something. And it's just because of the way they did the sounds. I don't like that panning, even though it's barely doing it and it's real faint. I can still hear it. And
yeah, I don't like it either.
I'm just when it comes to that stuff, when it comes to audio, I try to be a perfectionist with all of it, and so I notice all the every little thing that comes across it. I'll notice it no matter what it is I'm doing.
Now I gotta do my. NDR4. I've got to hide these stupid map things.
What map?
Oh, the stupid map and tramp that makes it lag.
I thought that was you already had that stuff hid.
Well, apparently when you update, it doesn't save that. You have to do it every time you do an update.
I mean, mine's good. I don't. The maps aren't in my way. I don't know why they're doing that to you. That's weird.
Well.
You might have to get Josh or somebody to help you get in there and.
Yeah, I'm going to have him remote in with me anyway because he needs to help me with my Navigraph folder to change it.
Yeah, I need to do that too. I've not done it yet. But I've not noticed a problem with it neither, though.
Well, apparently, from what people are saying, it puts the data in the wrong folder.
Yeah, but how are we still getting the updated runways and stuff?
I have no clue.
You got to go into the Navigraph program or the other one?
Navigraph program.
And what do you did they say what you got to click on?
No, I need to get with Josh. See, here's another thing I need to point out. When you were going over SIDS and stars with people, like, I know you said it, but I'm going to say it again. So I just found a duplicate of my SID THNDR, and we don't want that, so we're going to get rid of it.
And that's exactly why I delete that. That's why I do flight plans that are no proc.
Exactly.
Which means no procedure.
Yeah, because if you do one with the procedures and everything, you're going to be deleting from here to doomsday.
Yeah, because if not, I don't know if the plane will actually try to fly double. If they'll go back around.
It'll double back.
Yeah. I'm flying above North Carolina right now.
Alright, let's see what our star is. Clash 1. Star Clash 1 for 16 right. Okay. Thank God Tramp has gotten a lot easier to do with SIDS and stars. I'm so glad that we can finally do them right.
Yeah.
Here's Clash 1. There we go.
You know,
There's
the
our
other
16
thing is,
right.
too, with this airline, they have got bukus of lessons and information.
You know, I was just talking to Josh about that last night. Like, I was literally reading over the flight sim, or the VAT sim tutorial on...
They've got IFRs. They got all the
VFRs.
stuff, the VFRs, the ILS approach, approach without IOS. I mean, they've got just loads of very helpful information.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, and Josh was going, well, why do you want to read those? Well, I wanted to explore, you know. I like to read the lessons. Why not? They're there to read. And who knows, I might learn something that I kind of forgot to do.
I mean,
exactly.
None of us have ever been through any kind of training. So, the more you can learn, you never know. One day you might be working for VATSIM, doing ground, obviously not tower.
Or who knows, maybe one day I'll get quizzed by a real-life pilot going, how do you do an IFR clearance? Okay, this is what you do.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, we don't need that up anymore.
So if anybody's got a chainsaw, let me know and I'll fly over and pick it up. Or I could do, I could do a touch and go. Just bring my plane in, 10 feet from the ground, with chain with hooks on them, and just swoop in and hook that tree and take off.
You could.
I think it'd be better controlled with a helicopter and not a plane.
I agree.
36 minutes, you guys. Go ahead and get things set up for my approach, landing, like my brakes, auto brakes. Don't forget about it. And remember, if anybody's got any questions about, anything to do with, the ACARS app for this airline, or any questions about the airline, by all means leave your comments down below, and we'll do our best to answer any questions that you might have. I do want to remind all of you of the BviPilots podcast. We try to publish one about every 2 weeks, and we put them out on Sunday. And, so you can check that out as well. We'll be on Apple here real soon. So you'll be able to listen to the BVI podcast on Apple, on Android, Google Play. There's quite a few that we're going to be a part of. And so make sure you check that out as well. I do have the email listed down below. It's generally the email we set up for our podcast, but I use it over here too, just in case you got a question. You can email us, BviPilots BviPilotsPodcast@gmail.com. You can send an email with any questions, comments, concerns. Maybe you've got an idea, or maybe you've done a video you would like to share with us. Just send us an email and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Yep.
Make sure you guys, like I said, if you've not subscribed, tap on the subscribe button, join us here, and also be sure to click on the notifications button, set it to always so you're notified each and every time that we publish a new video. This video
really
was intended to show you how to use the ACARS app for this airline, which, like I said, they do a lot of cool stuff. So you're going to find a link down below that will take you to that website. You can go there, you can sign up. There is no type of special bonus for us giving you the link. It's not no type of affiliate thing. It's just us putting the name out there and trying to get more people involved in with this airline, because I think it's that good. So click on that link down there and go check it out. Register and be a part of the Allegiance airline, and I think you'll have a lot of fun. So, oh, there went another. Just did another vector. 32 minutes for this flight, and I'm going to expect we'll probably start to descend in about 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
And then again, we might not descend until the full 32 minutes, considering that we've got a star and we have a transition. So usually when that happens, you don't see descending happening until you get through all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it seems to set itself up before it starts descending, and you can't go by that right bracket D for, if you go by that, it doesn't mean that's when you're going to be on the ground. I can tell you that right now. At the least, it means that's when it's going to start descending. So, again, we could be descending in 31 minutes, which is what it says here, or maybe 20 minutes. We'll see what happens.
I'm really beginning to lose faith in self-loading cargo.
I don't even use it that much.
I'm about to not use it because it's getting ridiculously bad. He won't even bother to fix the lag.
I mean, I think it's improved, but that's just my opinion. I think it's gotten better than what it used to be.
Oh, it's gotten better, but my problem is the lag.
I'm trying to understand why it lags, what the reason is for that. And the only thing I
think it
can
has
come up
something
with
to do-
is the order of how things are running in that program.
I have no clue.
I know I've got a full crew on this plane, and I'm not using self-loading, but it shows me how many passengers I got, and we're completely filled up, full of cargo, full of passengers. Yeah, so we're pretty heavy.
Wow. Okay, why were you not?
I'm gonna be honest. This jet does better on fuel than the bigger ones do. Well, my center 2 tank is at 0%. Main left, 72%. Main right, 72%.
Come on.
Center, 61%. So, I mean, it makes sense why this one would do a little bit better on fuel. It's not a, this jet's not as big as, flying the 319 or the 320 or the 757. Actually, I think that's the bigger jet out of the whole fleet, and that would be used. Did you do a search with that plane particularly?
Which one?
757.
The MD-80? No, I haven't actually.
Let's do that real quick. We got a minute. Let me go look. So we're gonna go to their site real quick, you guys. Again, the link's down below. We do encourage you to become a member.
Yep.
Okay. We'll go to schedule. Give me an airport code of like something far away.
EGLL would be one.
EGLL?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm not going to put a destination, just a depart. And the okay. Close. Where is PHNL?
That's Philadelphia. Or no, that's Hawaii.
There's one from Hawaii to Los Angeles. What did you say that airport code was?
EGLL.
Yeah, I don't see any flights at all coming out of there.
Interesting.
Which that's okay. I mean, okay. The thing I like about this one, though, this is a good airline where you can do a couple flights a day.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of them local type of jobs,
Exactly.
You don't got to worry about being tied up all weekend.
See, and that's the beauty of it. I like that. So we're starting our flight now to Denver. We're doing our takeoff roll.
What are you flying?
A320.
Right on, brother. Right on, brother.
Yep.
If I can figure out a way to merge the other video that I got, I could do the beginning that I did earlier when I had to put it on hold for a few minutes because of me going outside to see what rumbled the whole damn house.
Nice.
I've got a program, I think, that might do that. Can't do it with Gold Wave. I wish you could, but you can't. But there is. Let me find it. Here it is. VLC.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a player,
VLC's good. Mm-hmm.
and I'm wondering.
I have
might,
VLC.
I might be able to convert videos with that. Put two videos together. Because it does have record. There's record options under that program.
What I need to do is find a way to convert some of my flight videos so I can. You might have to give Josh and I the info for the YouTube channel so we can put our own flights up there too.
Yeah, and I mean, you can also, if you got anything you want up there, all you got to do is drop it in. I need to make a Dropbox so you guys can drop videos in there, and then I can just upload them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We could do that too.
Either way. I mean, I'm up for either way. Doesn't matter to me.
I'll create a Dropbox for all of us, and we can drop videos in there for that channel.
Okay.
Because then that way I can add a little bit of intro music in the beginning of it.
Right.
And I know how to do that. I've not done it much yet, but I'm going to start doing that to give us, just to make it sound better.
There you go.
All right, let's see here.
I had a scare from fucking
20
hell
minutes,
last
you
night,
guys.
though.
Why? What happened?
Well, I was sitting here, and I got my plane landed, and then I hear this crackling in my head, like right behind my left ear, like there was something in my ear.
The hell?
It sounded like there was a bug or something in it, because like it was like, like, you know how the fluid like shifts around and sometimes you can hear it?
Yeah.
That's what I was hearing. I was like, oh shit. Scared the crap out of me.
Did it go? I mean, what did it do? Just go away?
It finally went away, but it scared the ever-loving hell out of me, because I was like, if it kept continuing to this morning, I would have had to go into the emergency room and say, hey, something's wrong with my ear.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was just sitting here like this, like I am now.
Instead of you getting like swimmers here, maybe you had flyers here.
I don't know what the hell I had, but it was just downright scary, because like I said,
Yeah.
it just happened right after I landed. That was the scariest damn feeling I've ever had.
Again, I'm going to remind you guys a little tip. if you're ever worried about Tramp and you're not sure if it's actually doing what it should be doing, uncheck altitude, let it recheck it.
Yeah.
Because if you uncheck it and it doesn't recheck it automatically, then you definitely know Tramp's not, doesn't have it. But I just did it and it rechecked it and everything's good. In most cases, I don't see Tramp not taking over or already having it, but I have seen it happen. So
have I.
there is a first time for everything in the flying community. I'm going to tell you that. There is a first time for everything. 18 minutes until we're going to be landing.
Wow.
This bird of mine.
We are on our way to Denver, Colorado.
Very nice. My next flight is out of Montana.
Whoa.
That's way up there. I'm flying from Montana.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm going through rain.
I'm going to be flying from Montana all the way down to almost the bottom of Florida.
Was that an Allegiant flight?
Yeah, I can't remember where it was. I got to look at the flight again, but that should be what? Maybe about a 4-hour flight?
About a 3 to 4 hour.
Is Montana over by California or is it on the other side of the map?
It's on the other side. It's nowhere near California.
What is it? There's a state that's kind of up above California and kind of up and to the right. I can't remember what state that is up there.
Yeah, I can't either.
I used to know my states real good as far as the way they was laid out on the map and all that. Because the thing is, and this is kind of everybody, when I was younger, I had more vision than what I have now. So a lot of the things that I talk about, it's not just a blank image in my mind. Like, I can clearly see it in my mind. And it's the weirdest thing, because when I have a dream, it's a dream, and I'm able to see everything. Mm-hmm. For someone like you don't see no image. Like, there's no sense of image in your dreams, right?
No.
Just audio, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
But do you get that feeling of, like, if you're, let's say that you're dreaming that you're on the beach, do you get that feeling of being on the beach, like the wind hitting you?
Yeah.
You get all that, you just don't get the visual.
Mm-hmm. Don't get the visual, but I get all the other stuff, like the sensation, the audio.
Yeah.
Not the visuals.
I'm actually going to be looking into a surgery that they're doing out in California with retinas, where basically, I'm not doing it until they've done it for a little bit, but they basically replaced the retina with an artificial retina.
Yeah.
If I could do that and they said, okay, Johnny, we can do this surgery, but it's only going to give you 20% more, I'll take it. I'll take it. 20.
Unfortunately, for
okay,
me,
like,
that's
for you, 20% is huge.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it wouldn't help me in the slightest because my retinas are detached. And if you were to see into the back of my left eye, you would see nothing but scarring due to all the surgeries I had when I was born.
Was the retina ever attached?
No.
Because they would be putting in an artificial retina. Like, they'd be attaching an artificial retina to wherever.
Well, but like I said, I have a lot of scarring because of all the surgeries. I had, before I was age 2, I had 17 major eye surgeries.
So what caused yours, if you don't mind me asking?
Premature, more premature, and too much oxygen.
You know, it's still not clear why mine did what it did. We think it had to do with the umbilical cord, because the umbilical cord had wrapped around my neck. Like it was wrapped around my neck like 4 or 5 times.
So it basically cut off oxygen to your brain.
Yep. And the first thing that goes is your vision.
Yep.
That's why when someone loses oxygen, they'll everything go blurry on them first.
Yep.
And then they'll faint.
Yep. You know, I've actually been asked what happened.
There we go. I need to look at my actor sky because something's, or is it, that might not be actor sky though. That could be a TFM thing doing that. The right bracket eye.
No, because let me see. Because I'm getting winds and gusts.
When you do right bracket eye, what is it telling you?
Wind 72 degrees, winds at 4 knots, gusts 0 knots.
See, I'm getting wind 0. So when you hit right bracket eye, what does it say when you hit right bracket eye?
I just got a weather update.
No, it should say when you hit right bracket eye, it gives you the heading.
It gives me the wind, the heading of the wind, and what the speed is.
Yeah, is it doing that for you?
Yes. Winds at 13 knots, gusts 0 knots, and it gave me the heading. What the?
All right, let's see.
What the heck?
When I get... What?
I heard. Did you do that? I heard like a dog growling. Was that you? Yeah, it was like that.
I'll have to maybe my actor sky didn't start up or something.
Or maybe it went into that weird mode where it changed from live weather to something else.
Oh, in Ideal?
I bet that's... No, I bet your active sky changed from the real live weather to something else.
Don't say that, man.
I'm just saying, it might happen. I've had it happen.
Alright, we're at 28,000 and descending.
I gotta say, these flights are the most fun I've ever done, actually.
Yeah, I like these. I like how it shows you how much money you're making, too.
I'm at $590-something right now, but after this flight, I'll get more.
You have about $1,100 or so.
Something like that.
And that's really calculated, too. Like, that's about what you would make.
I'd love to be able to cash it out for real PayPal money.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I know it won't happen, but it'd be nice.
In our dreams, maybe, but that's about it.
Yeah. If I ever found a virtual airline that actually allowed me to take whatever I make,
I want to land a 777 in your parking lot at your apartments.
Actually, there wouldn't be a parking lot. You'd be landing in the street or in the driveway.
Well,
and the street...
It definitely wouldn't land in the driveway.
The street I live on is an uphill street, so you wouldn't be able to land on it.
Unless I came from the other direction.
Yeah.
But it's probably not wide enough.
No. No. These streets are not wide enough to land an aircraft.
Sorry, guys, that was not me burping. I was actually bringing in the flaps on my jet.
Yeah.
I've been reading on how to do sounds and stuff with the airplane. I'm trying to learn how to do it so I can start making some custom sound packs.
Nice.
I'm wanting to add like just a random like radio transmitting sound.
Yeah.
Just to where it would just, it would just play random stuff. It wouldn't be real, but it'd make it more realistic.
Right. That'd be interesting.
Evidently, if we had the right scripts running, we could actually access that sim through the sim itself if we had the right scripts so that our reader would read it.
Yeah. I don't know. I see all sorts of problems with that for us.
It's really not that complicated. I mean, it really isn't. I was looking the other day with my son, and there's not a lot to it.
Really?
There really isn't. There's the frequency,
wow.
And then there's a spot where you can type.
Huh. Interesting.
I mean, there's knobs where you could change it, but that could be, I believe it could be programmed the right way. Now, some people might be like, oh, no, you can't do that, blah, 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 but you know what? I don't.
Oh, boy. Good thing I'm not climbing out at 3,000 or below right now. I'm running into more rain with thunderstorms in the vicinity.
I'm at 22,000 right now. We're landed in good old Indianapolis. And
so, if you're going to fly to Florida, you better be careful coming this way.
I'm getting ready to do a flight back from Indy to Miami.
You better be careful because of the rain. There's rain with thunderstorms.
I might see, Mike, if you end up watching this video, I might at some point ask you to come on and do an 30-minute interview with us here on BVI. I would like to, and if he never watches this, I'm going to get in contact with him and see if we can set something up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I would love to interview someone outside of the BVI community that's sighted.
Yeah, especially if they're watching our stuff. Yeah.
We're at 20,000. Our speed is 298 knots. Flaps are all the way in.
I've got to get a better.
I'm wanting to add a hotkey actually for the cow flaps to see if that helps on, because like George told me, you should be using those technically.
Yeah.
And we don't use them.
Yeah, if
and
we got
even
them, why
though
aren't
Jake
we
said that cow flap doesn't do anything with fuel usage, yes it does.
I think it does.
The hotter the engines are, the harder they're going to run. The harder they're going to run, the more fuel they're going to burn.
Yep.
Thank you for shopping at Obvious 101, motherfucker.
So we're
shit.
Up the cruise here.
We're switching to M2, folks. Somebody came on. Went to let them know we're recording.
That would be Thomas. His iPhone came on the server. I wonder how his flight went.
We are in M2 mode. And again, for anybody out there, if you're a new pilot, you always go to M2 with iOS. You cannot connect to an iOS with M1.
No, you cannot.
I repeat, you cannot. don't know where Jake got that you can, because you cannot. Even if you are flying manually, you cannot. Go look at the settings
Jake
in
doesn't know
Tramp.
his stuff.
Go look at the settings in Tramp. Under M1, when you got it on auto, you cannot have it on iOS at the same time.
Nope.
If you got it on M1 and you got it selected with iOS, it's not going to fly it right.
It's not going to work.
It's going to treat it like M2.
Yeah.
We're at 15,000, folks.
By the way, my ETA is 2 hours 15 minutes to Denver.
All right. Good deal.
Yep.
I'm hoping for a good flare here, you guys. Now, this, I know it's not going to do auto flare. So, I've got my vertical down activated. Actually, no, I don't. I'm getting ready to. No, I do. Well, I don't activate that on takeoff. So, I mean, obviously, you don't use it when you're climbing.
By the way, that takeoff trick you taught me worked very well.
Which one?
The one where you told me to get up to about 60, activate toga, and then activate autopilot and fly plan at 80.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Even with the 777, it might even help you from bouncing.
I bet it would.
See, I'm going to try to... When I get to 500, I'm going to try to Alt-Tab completely off of Tramp and go to TFM and get on the vertical
speed
and put in -100. And when I get to 100 feet, I'll hit enter on that. So I plan on having everything set up so that when I get to 500, I can get off the Tramp and I don't need to go back to it.
Oh, wow.
Alright, let's see here, guys. 0.
If he's got video, he's going to have to put that up on the BviPilot YouTube page or give it to you.
Who?
Thomas. He's done with this flight.
Oh, did you see a video?
No, he just posted a WhatsApp message a few minutes ago.
Oh my gosh, I hate when talking flight monitor does that.
What, it crashes?
Yes.
I know it. Looks like I may have to order me a drink from Wendy's because I have nothing to drink now. Oh, my tea's gone. That sucks.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I hate it. Right back.
See, I do things a little bit different when I fly with, when I'm landing with iOS and stuff. I control my speed. I don't depend on autopilot to do it all.
I wish some of that rain you're getting would come our way.
You mean in Florida?
Here in Texas, yeah. I wish some of the rain that Florida was getting would come this way.
Oh,
Yeah. DoorDash. Because it is miserable. Absolutely miserable.
1 moment.
God damn it.
all right. We are at
26. Entertainment floor. 7 F's. Entertainment floor. Travel floor. Translate. Food floor. 13 F's. 2 items. McDonald's. Subway register. Domino's. Panera Bread. Uber Eats. DoorDash. Location track. Delivery times are 2 Charlie Leaf. Button. Heading. Close. Button. Deliver. Chick-fil-A registered. McDonald's. Chick-fil-A. 22 of your favorites. McAllister Deli. Fastest near you. Subway. Popeyes. Chili Donuts. Delivery. National favorites. Chick-fil-A registered. 20 of your favorites. Almost fastest near you. Most popular. All restaurants. All restaurants. Heading. Chick-fil-A registered. McAllister Deli. McDonald's. Young Fast. Chick-fil-A. Wendy's. Dollar Roll Burgers. American. Wendy's. Wendy's. American. Short. 2. 10. Chicken. Fresh meat. Fries. Beverages. Frosty. Beverages.
There we go.
Natural lemonade. Real lemonade with no beverages.
all right. Lock is activate or approach. You know, the thing that I try to remind people is
Yep.
when you're coming in for approach, it's better to come down to them slower speeds and ride them slower speeds out for a little bit than just doing it real
Exactly.
quick. You know, don't try to do a transition from 250 to 200 in just a minute and then go, you know, or wait till, you know,
Well-
let it. If you let autopilot do it on its own, that's fine. But I like doing it manually as far as the speed
Well,
goes
that's-
because I can control it and I can get a better landing.
That's actually a good thing.
I mean,
Well, I think unfortunately,
if people want
a
to
few
see some of them
individuals-
landings that we've done, you can
Oh, they're
go
incredible.
to flyaa.com and you'll see
Yep.
the most recent flights, and it will actually show you the results.
I don't know if you actually saw the landing I got last night, the minus 278.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. Did you see mine? I got a -9.
I did.
Tell me that ain't sexy, brother.
That's damn impressive.
I've came a long ways, you guys, and I'm not saying like I'm the best pilot or whatever, but when Brandon taught me, I didn't know anything at all about flying.
I was actually impressed with how quick you learned, because I thought, like, normally when I teach somebody flight simming, it's like this long, I feel like it's a long slog because, like, people don't get concepts.
Yeah, and
You
it's
know,
like,
they'll ask
you know,
me the same question over and over. It's like, I
the
just
thing
told you.
that people need to realize is when you're learning, and I know everybody's got their own method of learning, but when you're learning something like this, everything is important. Everything. Every little detail is important about landing, about taking off, about, you know, changing your heading, whatever. So from the start, I took notes. Note after note after note, because I can look back on it anytime I need to,
Yeah.
and I
You
can
literally
study
write
it.
down almost everything I said. with notes, but it helped you out a lot. And I got to tell this story for those of us who might not know it, but we all fly on VATSIM now. But what really got me was he was up in the air within a week. 2 weeks, he learned tramp. He was up in the air. Then he says, hey, I'm going to try VATSIM. And I'm thinking, oh, Lord, this is not going to be good because I've heard horror stories from before. And he comes back, he calls me about a day later and says, hey, I completed a flight on VATSIM. And I'm just like, oh, my God. Not even 2 weeks up in the air, and he's already one up on me with VATSIM, and I've been simming for 3+ years. That's a shaming.
Yeah, like
that is embarrassing.
I literally got these guys motivated to do VATSIM. Like now that I started VATSIM, now they're like all over it. They're like, hey, we got to be doing this. Like we've been doing it for 2-3 years, and this guy's done came in and walked over top of us.
Josh and I both got one up by you because he was the same way. Like him and I did not touch VATSIM for 3 years, and then you do it, and it's like, oh hell, we need to start doing VATSIM now. There's no excuse.
Yeah, it's
so.
I like to make progress. I like to keep going. And really honestly with flying, there's not a day where you can't learn something. I know people that have flown their whole lives and they still learn stuff every day. Because flying is that specific, it's that detailed to where you can learn something every day if you chose to.
Yep.
See, this is what I like about the stars right now. I'm doing my descent. I'm flying this star, and I've been flying at 6,000 feet for about 3 or 4 minutes because that's what it does. It'll bring you down. It'll fly you. At say 8,000 for 2 minutes. It'll bring you down to 6. Fly you at that for 3 or 4 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes. I've literally flown in altitude for like 7 minutes before I went to my next one. So, and if you really want to get an idea of what's going on with your star, watch your heading. You'll see that you're going in a big circle. It's what you're doing. More than likely.
Oh, and I've also got to say, when you get to that last waypoint, when it says, if you're using Talking Flight Monitor, it says your airport, don't trust it. You're going to have to look in Tramp.
Yeah,
with
do
the
Tramp.
1/2 button, and I get so many. Well, I get one in particular.
I'm flying at a heading of.
I don't want to use Tramp.
I'm flying at a heading of 22 right now, which is pretty much due northeast, which makes sense because Florida is south of Indianapolis, and I'm coming from the south, but I'm coming in at an angle. So if you want to see how your plane's flying, just watch your heading every now and then. Just see what your heading is.
Yeah, my heading is 331 right now.
That was funny, dude. It said approach mode off, and right when it said localizer is alive, blah blah blah. So I had to, because approach mode will deactivate after so long if it don't connect.
Yeah,
so,
I've noticed that too. It's kind of finicky.
It turned it off, but as soon as it turned it off, my approach kicked in with the localizer and all that, so I had to reactivate.
Yeah.
So I caught that localizer at 5,900 feet.
Wow.
I'm going to give you guys another tip. Do not, I don't care what Jake, the redneck snake, says, don't try to grab no localizer at 12 or 13,000 feet.
I don't know where he's getting his information. He doesn't. He really needs to stop misleading people. We got a problem.
Yeah, we got a problem.
What's that?
My approach mode keeps kicking off in this jet.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna hurry up.
problem where my NVDA keeps fucking crashing.
Shit.
Come on, people, hurry up with my drink.
Okay. I changed my... I hope I'm still up far enough to grab that runway. So I changed it
Should
to
be.
an RNV because approach wasn't working.
Oh, that's not good.
So what I did was just switch runways, basically.
Yeah.
But I should be up far enough to catch it.
I think you'll catch it.
I wonder if I should go back to M1 now that I'm doing an RNAV.
Yes. Oh, now we're flying over the Gulf.
All right, you guys.
Good. Awesome.
Okay, I went back to approach because
Yeah.
even though it said approach went off, it really didn't.
Oh,
So,
so I was misreading.
yeah, and
Citrus Springs,
I think we'll
Florida.
be okay. Okay. Yeah, we're in approach mode. Okay.
Dinar is my waypoint. Alexa, volume 4. Alexa, open Nations Blind.
Okay. See what's going on here.
Isis. Open DoorDash. Shit.
To the right ties, reduce
I'm
driving.
gonna have to get myself checked out. What the hell's wrong with me? I keep coughing.
Tab. Reverse. Tab. Reverse. Heading. You're lifting. Completed. Heading. Heading your way. By these. Provides 10 minutes.
Hope I don't have corona.
Help. Get. Invite. Heading to you. Jordan. You dash.
No, don't say that.
Heading to you. Provides 10 minutes. You dash.
We're recording, man. Don't talk like that.
Dash. Closing. G.
I know, right? How's your landing coming?
Still working on it.
Hey, BDA, if you crash on me, I'm not going to be very happy.
Okay. All right, let's see.
What is this stupid thing? What is going on here? Are you kidding me?
Calm down.
What is wrong with this? Like, my MBDA keeps doing weird things.
All right, guys, we're still working
I don't
on
know what's-
landing here.
There we go.
Let's see.
I'm gonna have to write to the CEO because things apparently causing confliction with MBDA.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, so we are doing okay. Approach is still good.
Awesome. What's your altitude?
5702, but we are coming down now at
Okay.
873 feet per minute.
Nice.
Now, again, not saying I'm better than anybody else, but if I wasn't skilled at all, I would have never recovered from this disaster that almost occurred with approach acting
Oh, yeah.
silly. I literally went out of iOS into an RNAV runway and switched back to iOS, got connected, and now I'm landing. I'd have never done that if I didn't learn how to fly. It would probably been a disaster, to be honest. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Well-
turn off M2 because one, we're not in an Airbus. So you turn off M2, you're going to have problems.
Oh,
But
you
it-
are in an Airbus. You're not. You're no. You're in the.
No, the MD-80 is not an Airbus. That's a regular jet.
Okay. I'll be right back. My drink's here. I'll be
Yep.
back in just a second.
All right. We're sending at minus 715 per minute. current altitude is 4447. AGL 3620. So we're looking smooth as butter, baby. Smooth as butter. Okay, so we got the localizer, we got the glide slope, heading went off, altitude went off. We're going to bring out the flaps again.
I'm gonna have to write the developer of this car system.
Well, that'd be Mike and them. Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to write him because I'm noticing a confliction with NVDA where it'll just up and randomly crash. I have to restart it.
Well, the only time you should be on that app anyways is when you're done with your flight. So you...
No. I mean, I'm in the par window, and NVDA randomly crashes when I'm running this A-car system.
It ain't crashing with me. I mean, not that ain't why it's crashing, but I don't think it's the app.
2500.
I really don't.
I wonder if I may need to reinstall the Eloquence add-on.
Possibly. I didn't think about that.
I don't even have it.
I do. I'll give it to you when we're done here.
Okay.
Guys, we're gonna go with our auto brake on maximum. One, because I don't know what kind of runway this is gonna. Well, I know what the runway is, but I don't know how this plane does. We're 1895 AGL. I've got the brake set on maximum. We've got yeah, we're set. I'm set for activating my ground spoiler. Technically, I guess I better.
MGM. Wow, that's a funny name for a waypoint.
We're at 1393 AGL, almost at 1,000. 1%
Wow.
GSI, so we're pretty much dead on.
You are dead on. We're gonna
Don't sink.
1000.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
500.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
All right.
400.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Boy, I didn't
Don't
know this
sink.
was a long
300.
flight. Wow.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
200.
Yep.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Just crashed again. What
Don't
is
sink.
going on with this thing?
Don't sink.
100.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Oh, great.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
50,
Don't sink.
40,
Don't sink.
30,
Don't sink. Don't
20,
sink.
10,
Wow. God, this thing's set down like butter.
Nice.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Let me give you an idea of how it did when it got to. So it said it went 100. It stayed there for a good minute and a half. Then it went
Yeah.
50, 40.
Oh, so it
30.
went down really slow.
20. Yeah. Like, I
Nice.
flared that motherfucker, dude. I flared that bitch.
Nice. No weather issues, thank God.
Here we go.
What in the I am getting really annoyed by this.
Alright, guys. What was that? Okay. Oh, come on.
I wonder.
Fucking serious, come on.
I wonder if Twitter has something to do with it.
And then sometimes they can.
Benbridge, Georgia.
Oh my god, come the fuck on.
Uh-huh. I bet I know what might be causing that.
What's that?
I'll watch that later.
Damn it.
Come on, let me go into the... Ever-loving fucking nightmare.
Alright guys, let me see here. Okay, so we're going to
There we
exit the
go.
video. Sorry about that, guy. I had to fix something. But
You
that
good?
was the flight that we did. Again, you got any questions about the app or about the airline, feel free to leave your comments down below. If I don't have an answer for you, I'll contact one of the people from the airline and get the answer that you're looking for, hopefully. And
And they do answer right away. They're very nice.
yeah, they'll get right back to it. So, anyways, you guys have a good day, and there'll be another video coming your way here real soon. See ya.